This is Cougar Cassius for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym, Marbella, all the way from El Paso. I've got Cole Frampton. How are you, Cole?
All good, mate. All good. How you doing?
Very well. It's been a while since I've spoke to you, but glad to be talking to you back on IFL TV again.
Yeah, thanks very much, mate.
First of all, how's it been out there? Have you settled in there all right?
Yeah, we got out pretty early. Just to kind of acclimatise and get used to the heat. But it's been nice. We're staying in a nice hotel. Decent wee poop and stuff. Doing a bit of sunbathing in between sessions, and the weight's good. Obviously, with the heat out here, it's the gym that we train in. It's like it hits like 100 degrees inside. It's ridiculous heat. So obviously, that's a benefit for my weight.
Now, you're making your American debut out there, and you've been out there a little while now. How have the Americans taken to you, Cole?
It's been good. I've been getting a lot of attention. We've done a conference call the other day, and Chavez is on the Showtime bill, I'm on the CBS bill, and both of us were on the conference call, and I was on for 40 minutes talking to the press, and Chavez got 5 minutes, so that was good. It was good for me. Maybe probably pissed him off a bit today. I'm meeting him today at a workout. Probably going to be a bit annoyed.
Can you hear me, Carl?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Bob, yeah.
How much do you know about your opponent, Alejandro Gonzalez Jr.? What do you know about him, Carl? Have you seen much of him?
There's been little bits I've seen, not too much to be honest. I've seen him about the hotel. He's quite tall, but some of his stuff they've actually taken down off YouTube. So they're being cute and they're trying to take as much footage off the internet as possible. But he likes to keep it long. He's about 5'9", rangy. He goes well to the body, but. You know, I'm expecting a tough fight, but if I turn up and perform at my best, then I'm expecting to get rid of this guy.
You've just obviously not too long ago announced your deal with HAYMON. So moving forward in your career and to get the big super fights in America, that's a very positive move that you've made.
Yeah, it is, and things are going so far. Obviously, it's all talked about in the UK and Ireland, but you want if you're going to talk about a legacy, after you want to be in this, then Al Haymon's the man to open the door for us. He has a lot of fighters in and around my weight division, so big fights that can be potentially made. So I think it was smart to go with Al.
And obviously a fight recently was just announced between Leo Santa Cruz and Abner Mares, which is a great matchup, Cole.
Yeah, it's a good fight. It is a good fight. I'm looking forward to that. I might even head out and try and watch it myself. I think it's a good one for the fans. But I'm leaning at the minute. I'm probably leaning towards Mares, if I'm being honest. Obviously two potential opponents because linked with Hayman, and I am as well, so I'll be keeping an eye on that fight, but I'm just leaning towards Mares. I think that Santa Cruz has probably had it a little bit too easy in his last 5 or 6 fights, and they're putting him in for a big one here. I think Mares will be a bit too strong for him.
So obviously any nerves obviously ahead of making your American debut out there?
There's always nerves, but there's probably a little bit less pressure this time than when I fight back at home. You know what it's like, and there's a lot of media attention, a lot of things to do, but I'm still getting a bit of attention out here, but it's not half as bad as what it's like in Belfast. There's always nerves going into the fight. I think that's a good thing, as long as you can deal with them and use them to your benefit. I think I don't know any fighter that would go into the ring or get close to a fight and wouldn't be slightly nervous, but I'm excited as well. I can't wait to put on a good show.
Yeah, I mean, it must be different, Carl, because you are under a bit of pressure when you're fighting in Belfast in front of packed crowds there, and they're kind of expecting you to win out there, and you have to deliver for them. So coming out to America, it's that sort of pressure isn't there. You've got your own pressures going over to America, but that home mentality isn't as much there for you.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. There obviously is a little bit of pressure because I'm getting a terrestrial TV in both sides of the Atlantic, so it's important to impress and to look good and look explosive. And realistically, I'm really hoping that I can go and knock this guy out. I would probably be a bit annoyed at myself if I win on points, if I'm being honest. So there's a bit of pressure there about looking good, about getting a win, and about how I go about it.
Obviously, every time we've heard Leo Santa Cruz talk over the last couple of years, he's always spoke about yourself, Scott Quigg, and Rigondeaux. But now you're with Al Haymon. Have you had any conversations with Al Haymon about that potential fight in the future?
With Leo Santa Cruz?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't spoke directly to Al Haymon, but we're speaking to his people, and obviously that's a fight there, and it could easily be made, and they're keen in it. It just depends on the outcome with the Mares and Santa Cruz fight as well. But that's an easy fight to make, being with both of us being with Al Haymon. But we've loads of options. He's got a load of fighters in and around my weight division. I'm happy to stay at super bantamweight and fight the best guys. But if a big fight comes at featherweight, I'd be equally happy to move up and take it.
And obviously your deal with ITV also continues, so people back home can watch your fight, which is great for your fans, Carl.
It's huge. It's absolutely huge. The exposure I'm getting both stateside and back home, it's massive. And this time we're expecting to do a bigger numbers on ITV, simply because of the time of year. It's a better time of the night to be showing the fight. But there's not much sport going on, and the last fight we were competing with match of the day. This time we're not. I think we'll do big numbers on both sides of the Atlantic. So again, important for me to impress everyone that's watching.
Absolutely. Obviously, on the same night, the man you ripped the belt away from, Kiko Martinez, is in England, in Manchester, taking on Scott Quigg. How do you see that fight going, Carl?
It's going to be a good fight. I think. I don't know. Hard really is. I think Kiko is very dangerous. I think he's definitely the hottest opponent he's ever. I keep changing my mind. Who's going to win. I'm split right down the middle. But I don't know. Really, it's a hard one. Tight fight. It's going to be interesting to see how much Quigg can deal with Kiko's pressure, and how he can deal with Kiko's power. But then again, you've got to see how much Kiko's got left after losing twice to me. So we'll see. It's an interesting fight. I still haven't made a complete decision because I keep changing my mind. But I'm split right down the middle. It's going to be a good fight.
Obviously, with the pair of you fighting on the same night, fans will undoubtedly ask questions again after Saturday night, if you both hopefully come through victorious, whether something could be sorted out. Where's your stand on that at the moment?
Yeah, I want the fight. It's a big fight, especially back home in the UK. But they need to realise who the A-side fighter is, and I'm the one that's boxed. It'll be my second time boxing on terrestrial TV. I was willing to travel to Manchester to fight him. I sell the tickets. I bring the fan base. And, without being big-headed, people know me more than Scott Quigg. And it's just 60-40 to the champion, the real champion. By the way, the IBF wouldn't allow us to have a unification fight because they don't recognise his belt. So me as champion going in deserves at least 60-40. It should probably be more actually, but we're being generous here. 60-40. I thought he would have snapped it up, but he says no. He was looking less, or he was looking more, and I wasn't willing to give him any more because my ma always told me never sell myself short. So I stuck to my guns.
obviously, you know, the whole offer thing is now old news, Cole. We haven't spoken about it, but, you know, around the time, were you a little bit sort of, I don't know, aggravated about the way the approach was, you know, with the offer and the check and, you know, live on TV?
At the time I was. I remember watching it on TV and sitting in my living room and just thinking, like, you know, who do these people think they are? The smugness was just like leaking out of them. It was ridiculous. It was a bit embarrassing. And annoyed about it at the time, but I'm annoyed about it anymore. I don't care about it. We've linked up with HAYMON, and we've had a great deal. I'm getting very, very well paid from here on in. And that's the way it should be. So I'm in a comfortable position. And I'm, you know, if Quigg wants to make the fight, he knows what it's going to take to make the fight.
I mean, would you be happy in your career if the pair of you didn't fight? And obviously you know, you're going your own way, Quigg can go his way. Would you be satisfied if the pair of you didn't fight?
Well, it's a hard question to answer now. If I look back at my career and I've fought guys like Santa Cruz, Mares, Gary Russell, Rigo, Lomachenko, and Quigg isn't on that list, then I would really give two flying you know what. But obviously I do want to fight him because I feel like I have a point to prove. I feel like I'm the best fighter. I feel like I'm the best super bantamweight in the world. So I need people in the UK to understand that and at least realise I'm the best fighter in the UK, and Quigg's the man to beat. And you know, I would like to fight him, but if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's an ongoing thing, Cole, and it's been talked about for so long now. Ever since I remember, obviously, sitting down with you in Belfast, the pair of you were sat there, which was over a couple of years ago now, and it's kind of come to the boring point now. But because the fight hasn't happened, people are going to continue to talk about it until hopefully one day it does. So, if it does, it does, you know. But
yeah, don't get me wrong. You know, I'd love that fight, but you know, we have lots of options, and if it doesn't come off, I'll be in big fight. Don't worry about that.
Let me ask your opinion about, I just saw this on Twitter the other day, I don't know how close this is or whether it's going to happen or not, but Rigondeaux against Lomachenko was being talked about. What do you think about that?
I don't know if it'll happen or not. Obviously there's rumours going about, but it's a good fight. It's a great fight actually, and again I just think with his work rate and being a bigger man, I think Lomachenko would probably win that fight. Rigo was very accurate, he punches hard, but what I think he doesn't like is pace, and Lomachenko can fight at a flat pace for 12 rounds, and he can punch as well, so I'm leaning towards Lomachenko, but it'll be a great fight, brilliant fight.
Let's hope that gets made. When I was recently in America for Mayweather Pacquiao, I ran into Shane Mosley, and he had some good words to say about you, Cole. Obviously, you did a bit of sparring with him, and he was full of compliments, Mr. Mosley, and who's also now making a comeback.
He's a great guy. He's making a comeback against Mallorca. He's come to the fight, you know, in El Paso. He's coming down to support me, so it's going to be good. Good guy. We've got a good relationship going on from him and Shane McGuigan, keeping in touch quite a lot on Twitter and stuff. So he's a real good guy. I only spent a couple of days with him, but a lovely fella, very down to earth, and you know, it's nice obviously when legends like that speak highly of you. Obviously, we've just found out recently that Josh Taylor's joined the camp as well. Yeah, great signing for Cyclone Promotions. Considering we're still a pretty new organisation, to be signing, snapping up someone like Josh Taylor, who got fresh from elsewhere, is a big deal. I think he's a very good fighter. Watching him in the gym, I kind of always like to hang around and watch him sparring. I love his style. I love how he boxes. I think he can go right to the very top. And he's a good lad. He's good personality. Good fun, and you know what them Scottish fans are like as well. They're a bit similar to the Irish, and you've seen what they really got behind Ricky Burns. So I think Taylor could be the next Ricky Burns and more.
Yeah, absolutely, a great talent is Taylor. Obviously, you had your first mandatory against Avalos. When do you expect your next mandatory to be? What sort of time, Carl?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too clued up on that, but potentially it could be the next fight after this one. Shingo Wake is the manager now. Obviously, I would like to get the quick fight in, but I'm not too sure how it's going to work with the manager coming up, and we may be obliged to have to take that on. May have to fight Shingo Wake, but that I think he just got into the manager position recently, so I'm not too sure if you're going to kind of really answer that question for you.
Okay, no problem. Alright, well listen, best of luck, obviously just a few days out now. What have you got to do today?
I've got a media workout, me and Chavez, Ariola, I think Gonzalez is doing his as we speak, so just chilling out, man. It's just a bit of farting around, you know what these things are like, you go and do a bit of shadow boxing and go back home, so that's it really.
Alright, so have you got another press conference to do, or is that done now with that?
I think there's a press conference tomorrow. Yeah, we've done a lot of conference calls and stuff, and but we'll have a press conference tomorrow where I'll actually, we'll sit down and have a chat with the press.
Okay, well listen, best of luck with that and the weighing. I'm sure everyone will be tuned in back home, so let's obviously hope you come away with a convincing win, and catch up with you when you're home.
Good man, thanks very much, Gigan.
No problem. Carl Frampton, thanks for talking.
Thank you again, thank you, man.
Thank you very much, Carl Frampton.